Alright, so as you can already tell, this week of my day trading journey, I had no discipline at all and threw away all my rules. Instead of trading, it was basically gambling. This week marks my second week trading Topstep's 50k combine, and I was almost halfway to passing it. There was a lot of news and volatility this week, so it was looking like the perfect opportunity to pass this week, but my brain just shut down. While I did keep my sanity early on in this week, I was low-key becoming less disciplined day by day, which eventually led to the big 117 trade day, which wasn't even the worst of it. So to start off the week, I low-key was a little impatient and greedy today. I kept entering trades that I shouldn't be taking and was also shooting for the stars with my targets. At the start of the day, I was overall bullish as we just kept pushing higher and higher, but due to the lower volume today, I kind of was sussed out, but did decide just to hop on a long here. I was initially thinking of having a fat target and just holding the long for most of the day, but after stalling up here, I kind of was getting scared that price would reject, so I tightened up my stop loss hella and ended up getting stopped out for a small profit of $28.50. With that, I also decided to flip and hop in a short. I did size down because it's kind of crazy to short this fat bullish trend, and I just ended up getting stopped out at break even. After that, I was back to my long and we did get a push up again where we stalled, so I was sweating and tightening up again. Realistically, I should have just held at break even because it's feeling like one of those days we slowly grind higher, but I was just being impatient and scared, and because of that, I got stopped out for a profit of $142.50. That paranoia of price rejecting also caused me to hop in another short, but this time I got hit with a loss of $46.50. After that, I was just gonna stop, but ended up sizing down and hopping in another long. I did add to it as we did get a pop-up shortly after, and it was working out, but as we were getting closer to 8:30 and just stalling, I decided just to bail out for a profit of $82. With that, I did end the day up $199.60, but overall was just really a trash trading day mentally. Like, I shouldn't have been taking those shorts and should have just held that second long a little more, which would have limited me to like 2 trades today, or even 1 if I got in closer to market open. So yeah, even though I'm green today, it could have been a lot more green. So low-key, I overtraded today. I did manage to go break even with 70 cents, but it could have been a fat green day had I only traded like 3 or 4 times instead of 7. Because instead of holding on to some trades, I ended up just folding and getting out of trades early because I was scared of giving back profits. But then I'll just jump back in a little later at a worse price. So yeah, in general, it was because I was trading for PL and was scared. At the start of the day, I took back-to-back L's after taking a short on this break of support and taking a long a few minutes later after the bounce back up. So starting with those back-to-back L's, I was already down like 200 bucks. So it low-key made me overly worried about PL. So for the rest of the day, I was just getting out of trades early. Like on this short, I saw this red candle get bought up and just dipped out to secure a small profit. Then a bit later, I would re-enter on a short just to take an L to give back what I made. So it would have been better just to hold on to that first one longer. And after that, I was looking for long, so I jumped in a long here and did the same thing again, where I got out early to secure a profit and then re-entered just to take a break-even stop this time, which is still a loss anyways due to fees. But I didn't stop there. I also jumped in again a few minutes later, which did get the breakup I wanted, but I was too aggressive with my trailing stop loss and got tapped for a small profit, which had I trailed under each green candle's close like I usually do, I would have made like 20 more points maybe. So yeah, overall another poor day from my end, and I got lucky to go break even. So you know how the last few days weren't the best for me? Yeah, well today was way worse. I completely crashed out after getting stopped out of my early long right before the move, which tilted the fuck out of me and may have caused a bit of overtrading. I knew that FMOC was later. I wasn't planning on trading too much in the morning, but I just kept jumping in and out of trades. I eventually did catch a decent short, which put me back in the green, but I was still overtrading, so I lost those gains. It also didn't help that I didn't have any work today, so I just kept trading the whole day. And since we had FMOC later, I should have just stopped and waited for that for more volume, but I didn't and just kept getting into trash trades, which led to me digging a fat red hole for myself with a total of 34 trades. So yeah, I was just ignoring all rules today and still thought it was a good idea to trade FMOC news for some reason.
Later.
And yeah, it was going horribly. I did manage to climb into the green by the end of the day due to pure luck, but do you see that? That's 117 trades. So overtrading is a bit of an understatement here, but yeah, I can't really explain what was going on. Like, look at this chart with all the trades during that time. You can't see shit. So I was just doing whatever. Most of the time I would just get stopped out at break even, but I really was just gambling and not trading. At one point I was down like $1,000, but then I realized just short this shit, and luckily price just tanked like 800 to 900 points to help put me in the green. So while I did get lucky today to be able to walk away up $338, I definitely need to fix my mental for the rest of the week. No, I don't even want to talk about today, so I'm just gonna summarize it. Basically, I crashed out again, and this time I wasn't lucky like yesterday. At the start of the day, I saw there was hella volume and fat candles everywhere, and for some reason, my brain just shut down and I threw my rules out the window. It was like yesterday all over again, but this time I just got rolled. In some trades, I would get wicked out before the move, which would tilt me, and then because of that, I would make worse trades, which tilted me even more. So it was just a cycle of tilt, and I ended up losing like 1,200 bucks today. I kept trading with the mindset of I gotta win it back, and I didn't. So yeah. Okay, with that horrible day yesterday, today I was trying to focus on playing my edge and not jumping into any bad trades, which wasn't off to a great start. Initially, I was bearish on the day if we couldn't find support here at the 200s or 300s, but after seeing us in this range in pre-market, I was kind of 50-50 and was supposed to wait for a break and pull back in one of the directions, but I kind of just jumped the gun on the first trade, which was a quick L of $150. Then I did get a little FOMO and kind of reached for a long, but it wasn't getting the momentum I wanted and was gonna cut it, but I didn't and ended up just taking a loss of $136.50. I did forget that news was coming up on that last trade and on this next one, so yeah, I entered right after it, but got quickly out near break even. Then I kind of went against my rules and hopped in a short here, and my only reasoning was it looked like price was rejecting again at the 300s. Quickly after, I wasn't getting that fast push down and realized this was a bad trade overall and just got out for a small loss of $22.50. But that short still would have worked for a little until the market started pumping. Oh my fucking god, bro. At this point, I was getting a little FOMO, but I really tried to sit and wait for a proper entry, which I ended up missing and regretting, so I chased into the long here. But after that red candle, I bailed out for a small loss of $34.50. However, I did get another opportunity for a long off of this bounce, so I took it this time and it worked out. I did kind of want to sit and hold this for more of the day, but I also wanted to lock in some profit, so I had my stop loss trail price closely, which did end up getting tapped for a profit of $436.50, putting me in the green for the day. But then right after that decent trade, I kind of double dipped in along with one contract, which I bailed out of for a loss of $17 after realizing it was a stupid move. So yeah, with that, I was thinking of stopping, but decided to try another long up here. However, I was hella sus of it because we're at the highs of yesterday, so I had a tight stop loss, which was tapped for a small profit of $30. In the end, I probably should have held on to that other long though, instead of worrying about my PL, because it could have been up like 150 more points by here. So oops. And with that, I decided just to end here with a profit of $86.72 before I do something stupid again. So yeah, a horrible week for me, and if I stayed disciplined throughout the week, I probably could have passed the combine. Instead, I'm down $646.30 this week, and I'm like less than $1,000 away from my max drawdown because of Thursday now. But even with Thursday's tragedy, if I actually recovered mentally on Friday, I would have been able to turn this week green. So yeah, I was just hella impatient this week and was just gambling on these fat candles instead of playing to my actual plan and strat. So I really need to work on my discipline and sticking to my plans more instead of getting distracted by fat candles, having FOMO, and overall tilting. So will I end up actually passing the combine in a month now? Probably not, but even if I don't, this was still a good way to show how bad my mental is when trading. So I'm gonna work on that for the end of the year, and I don't know if I'll trade the remainder of the year because it's the holidays, but I'm gonna try. So see you next week or next year, I don't know.